Police in Winona need your help to identify an armed robbery suspect there. Officers were called to the Verizon wireless store on Frontenac Drive on Saturday evening. Two employees said a man entered the store about closing time with a handgun and ordered the workers into a back room. The employees then had their wrists and ankles tied but were unharmed. The suspect took about 100 phones and more than $400 in cash. The suspect is described as a black man with a blue hooded jacket, also a blue bandana that covered his face. Anyone with information about it, though, is asked to call the Winona Police Department at 507-457-6530. Now, you might remember in November of last year, La Crosse passed a law from the state statute allowing the police department to boot and then tow cars. Today, the police department tells us if the new program has even been effective over the past year. News 8's Tyler Jobe joins us with more on how the police department has handled the worst offenders when it comes to unpaid parking tickets.
Martha, the police department booted more than 200 cars since the policy started last November. It's also given the department a nice chunk of money. The parking boots are definitely making people take notice. If you've gotten a parking ticket before, usually it comes only with a one-time fee. But if you've gotten several, your car could get the boot.
Very specific in the ordinance that there has to be 5 or more citations that are over 60 days due.
It has been 1 year since La Crosse passed a law allowing the city's police department to boot and tow cars.
The goal is not to tow people's vehicle, and the goal is not to boot people's vehicles.
But they have, more than 200 times. The department says it booted 228 cars since November last year. 57 people signed up for payment plans. The department received $77,000 through the fees.
It has prompted many people to contact us and set up payment plans to avoid being booted.
And when it comes to avoiding getting towed, time is of the essence. A car's owner needs to contact police within 24 hours of getting booted, or the car is towed.
Unless the owner of the vehicle contacts us, makes arrangements, and then we will return to the scene where the vehicle is parked and remove the boot ourselves.
And if you think about driving away,
once it clamps on, if they try to drive with it, it destroys their vehicle.
For the great majority, when their car got the boot, they got the message.
Quite honestly, it seems to have worked.
Melby also told me that if you do get booted, there is a placard on the boot that tells you the fees you will pay, the number to call, as well as any repercussions if you damage or try to remove the boot. Martha?
All right, thanks so much, Tyler. Officials also wanted to point out that on top of those parking fees that have gone unpaid, there are also fees when a boot is placed and removed from your car.